Okay, we have now started. I want to welcome each and everyone to this session. Thank you very much for coming, sparing your time. We are going to be in this session for 1.5 hours up to around 5:30. And we have sessions every week. Yeah, we need to we don't have a lot of time. We need to utilize the time. Many of us have not started working. Personally, I'm a teacher. And when schools are closed, that would mean I would not be able to get rent. It would mean I would be chased away from my home. But thanks to web design, I can be able to get some money to pay rent every month. So what we are doing here is something that we need. So you don't just have to learn how to put that beautiful site online. You have also to mind about the performance of your website. I asked you a question before we started. Have you ever visited a website which is slow? Have you ever visited a website which is having the message bandwidth limit exceeded? How did you understand that message? And what was your experience? You can let me know whether you're also a teacher like me or an IT person, or you might even have done agriculture or whichever course. Web design is a skill that anyone can do. It's no longer for the tech guys. So tech guys, if you are on this call and you think web design should be exclusive to you, my friend, we all of us can do websites now. It's like secretaries. At first, every school needed a secretary, every office, but now many people have learned how to type their documents, send emails. Yeah, but your skill level also matters. So web developers, we are still very relevant because we just have to up our game. So even if the market is flooded with a lot of people who are doing websites, your website should be a notch higher. Yeah, so that's why you need to be upskilling every time so that you can be able to attract customers in a better way. Okay, so I think we have started our meetup. So I'm going to ask members to introduce yourself. You can put up your hand so that I choose you first. Introduce yourself, and then tell us whether you have ever met that experience. You may tell us what you do. Are you a tech guy? If you're a tech guy, you need to remain relevant by having better quality work so that the other people don't compete with you. If you are not a tech guy, you can still do this and get money. So you can be able to introduce yourself, and then you let us know. What you do. Okay, so I think I've seen some hands already. Let me start with Ms. Amkisa. If you are called Techno, I'm not going to choose you. I'm giving you an assignment to first rename yourself. That is my practice.
Hello.
Ms. Amkisa, please go ahead.
Good evening, members. Thank you, Rogers, for this opportunity.
You can turn on your video if you want, so that we can be able to see you.
Okay, if I don't want. Hello?
Yes, we can see you now.
Okay, now I am a teacher. I'm wanting to specialize in digital literacy training. I have ever experienced, I think my website even was put down because there is a plugin that I don't know what that used my bandwidth, and they put down the site. My host, it exceeded, and they put it down. They just sent me an email. Number two, it was number two was shareability and NCDC. I saw them down when they said the school is about to resume and the bandwidth was exceeded for those websites. There's another website we normally use, rotary.org. I don't know what they use, but when they change the service provider, it's now 2 years. It's too slow. I don't know, but I don't know. I think it's just changing the service provider, but it's too slow. But it's supposed to be used by so many people.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for mentioning those sites, and I'm very glad that you have also mentioned shareability. So what I'm going to be sharing with you here is going to be from experience, because I'm the one who is managing shareability. So I will go to this message, which has made me to cry when my website, which is bringing in some coins, is not on. So it can be a frustrating experience. And remember, you already paid your host for a whole year. So if your bandwidth gets over, it may mean you're paying more money so that you can upgrade your bandwidth. What is bandwidth anyway? Maybe there's a tech guy who will tell us. Let us get another person to share with us. I'm giving only 5 people a chance. You can tell us what you do if you have ever made such an experience. Then we shall get the solution to this experience. Any other person? Any other person? 4 people left. When you come for these meetups, it is a chance for you to get noticed so that you can get deals. When someone has a project, his school or his company will want a website, and he has been seeing you active in these meetups. So you are going to be the first person who will come to his mind. We get website projects through showcasing our skills, not through a lot of flyers and all that. People need to see what you can do. So when you come to this session, make sure that you leave when people know your name. Otherwise, when you decide to keep quiet, it means you're not utilizing the opportunity for a meetup. What do you do? Have you ever experienced issues like going to a website and it says bandwidth limit exceeded or being very slow? You just share with us that, and then I'll be unveiling the medicine for that particular problem shortly. You put up your hand, and then I choose you. Yes, Mr. Edison Mugisha.
Yes, good afternoon to everyone. Good evening.
Good afternoon. You can turn on your video if possible.
No, let us leave the video. Okay. Like I want
okay,
like
that's fine.
In bandwidth. This amount of data being transmitted at a given period of time. Yeah, I'm a tech person. I do like web designing, like mainly in PHP and vanilla. But then I've just started WordPress. But like for the meantime, I've worked with some websites. I've worked like with some websites, but they have been like slow. So like when I saw this the post of this meeting, like in the GCD, I was impressed and I had to join it.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, since other people don't want to speak, let us get one more person and we proceed. Just get one more person. I'm seeing around 18 people on call, but the other 18 have come to just be take in. We should be able to take in and take out. I saw something in the Bible somewhere where they were saying that we look at your output. Is it what comes out of you is what matters more than what comes in you? So if you want to just come and take in, my friend, you are cheating yourself. Let us get Moses Kasa and then Mr. David Intale. Moses Kasa first.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Moses Kasa. I hope you people can hear me well.
Yes.
Bandwidth just basically talks about the data transmitted over the site. Now, some people are very good at web design that they don't actually put out a lot of data, but instead they put in a lot. And now that is a very big problem. I remember the first time when I designed a website, when I designed a WordPress website for the first time, it is actually Mr. Mukalele who was hosting for me. And what happened is they gave us free space, free hosting. It was called a Jaribu bundle. I don't know if Rogers, you still have that bundle. So I took the bundle, I bought a ticket domain, I designed a very nice site. Site was very small, but it had a lot of traffic going in and going out. So after just 3 days of hosting, they were telling me, your width is exploited. You cannot have more anymore. It was really a tough time. And this keeps happening simply because we need to understand how to best optimize our sites. You need to know if there's a lot of traffic coming onto the site, how do I deal with it? Not to leave it out there in the open. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. So the web developers for the web hosts will be wanting your site to sell like that, so that they send you another invoice for upgrade. But if you're a smart man, you can still use that cheap package that you are having and you divert traffic to other servers so that your server's bandwidth is saved. Someone told us bandwidth is about how much data is downloaded from your website. And then we have the web hosting space, which is normally for example, they may give you a 1 GB package. That means the space of the amount of files that your website, that you can store, like upload, how much data is saved there. If you have a lot of photos, downloads, so they can fill up that space, hot space, and the space will be over. But bandwidth is how much data is being downloaded. So you may put there, you may advertise a job in your company. Your website has never gone off, but you decide to hire and you put up a job and people have to visit your site to apply. Many people will come to the site and the site will crash because the server keeps counting how much. Whenever someone clicks on a download, it counts how many MBs have been downloaded from your site. If you have a music song, they will download it. If you saw during the political season, I think it was National Unity Platform, they put up an app, which they're calling am I forgetting it? They're putting up an app and they put it on the website for download. I'm forgetting the app. The app was what? Okay. Hey, these people don't know current affairs. What was the app? Hey, I'm forgetting. You vote. It was you vote. So when I went to the site and then the site was timing out. Yes, so there could be many reasons. One could be due to traffic, how many requests are coming in at a given time, but also it could be the limit of how much has to be downloaded off the site. So you have to, what you have to do, someone was talking about NCDC, when they put up homeschooling materials on their site, the site crashed due to a lot of traffic and due to a lot of bandwidth, people were downloading the materials. So what they did, they hosted the files on Google Drive. Then they could just put links. So someone would just click and then he downloads something from Google. The download comes from Google Drive. Yeah, so there Google has a lot of bandwidth on in their data servers and data centers. So there you save your data. But we are going to be discussing. Let's hear from finally Mr. David Intale, and then we dive into the session. Mr. David Intale. Mr. David Intale, are you there?
Unmute me. Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm there now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Yes. Yeah, I'm new to this CDNs. It's very new topic. Is something I've just heard for the first time, and I am eager to know what's in there.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll not have to say much.
Hey, but you can tell us what you do.
What? Hello?
Yes, I say that you can tell us what you do.
Yeah, I am a medical lab technician. So I work in the hospital. But I'm also an enthusiast in IT, so I try out a lot. I'm learning a lot. So now I'll get the course in IT.
Okay.
Yeah, but majorly I work in the hospital as a medical lab technician.
Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome. Yeah, so the reason I was asking that members tell us what they do is because I just wanted people to know that we have a lot of people. So web design is something that everyone can do to earn additional income. Okay, so so now we are going to start our session. Yeah, so first of all, we are just as a web introduction. I'm Rogers Mukalere. I'm also on this call with my colleague, Mr. Mohammed Katerega. Mr. Mohammed, I don't know whether you can take a minute to greet the members, who is one of my co-organizers for WordPress Ginger community. WordPress is a software for making websites, and it is the most popular software. And one of the things that WordPress does is to encourage the community, the users of WordPress, to continue meeting. So WordPress encourages the users of WordPress to meet regularly, to share, and also teach others to get to learn how to use WordPress. So that's why WordPress has grown in terms of the number of people who use it. Yeah, because it has a community, and this community keeps encouraging other people to learn how to use it. Yeah, so in Uganda, we have 3 communities so far, but you can have other communities anytime. Even you can start a community in your area, and you start encouraging and teaching people how to use WordPress. I've already told you about the advantage that you get from that. One, if you know WordPress, you make sites. If you share your knowledge, you become a consultant, and people will always call you to help them, and they will even call you to give you deals. So if you want to be a consultant, you have to showcase that you are a consultant by hosting. So next time when we are having a meeting, I want to see another person hosting. I don't want to be the one who is hosting every time. I want to be seeing different people coming. Someone can say, for me, I know how to design a good slideshow on WordPress. And then you can say, next Sunday, we are going to look at making good slideshows. And the speaker is you. So I've been trying to solicit for members, asking them to offer to teach us anything. It may be about WordPress, or it may be in general about web design. So I've been asking members to offer to be able to share something about that, but members have been too busy. But this is something that you can do by sharing. You learn more, and also you get people who can consult you, and you can be able to get work to do. So next time, please, even after this particular session, you can be able to come. You can be able to let me know if you are interested in being in leading us in a session, and then I'll be able to schedule you and I put you there. Okay, so basically that is that about WordPress. So we have a website. We have a website, and the website is WordPress Community Uganda. So you can visit this website, and then you can register on the website. So when you register on the website, you can be able to post. We have a blog, a free blog. If you don't have a blog, or even if you have another blog which is not necessarily related to technology, you can decide to start to be blogging through this platform. This is a website that anyone can open an account. Just the way you open an account on Twitter and you start tweeting, you can open an account on WWC Uganda and you start posting anything about websites and the internet. So we have a number of articles. Every meetup we have, we try to post something so that members who have missed can be able to read, and even we put there the videos. So we have been having some members who have been sharing about different things. So you just go here and then you register on the website, and you also join our WordPress groups. We have a WhatsApp group. We also have a Telegram group, so you can be able to join. So there are some links here. There is this one of WhatsApp, Twitter, Telegram. Join the community, and there are many benefits. You may even end up going to the US, because we have global meetings, so they can notice you that you're a very serious person in Uganda, and they invite you for a word camp. We have some events known as word camps. They are global. Yeah, so these word camps, they can jump out, and yeah, so you can go out. Here in our community, we have been seeing members going to Nairobi, going to Rwanda, because it is a global program. Okay, so so basically that is about the WordPress community. Okay, so I posted something on this website. I posted something on this website earlier on, and we are going to be using that to refer. So if I go under events calendar, you go under events calendar, you'll see the events which come up every time. So there is the current event, which is this one, Speed Up and Secure Your Site with the CDNs like Cloudflare. So this is an event. So when we normally put their events, so you can be checking every Sunday. We have a meeting, so you can go there and see which topic is being discussed that week. Yeah, so that is the post. Now this post, there is some notification here about what we call Meetup Groups. So we have this website. On top of it, we have what we call Meetup Groups. Meetup Groups are, there's a website known as meetup.com, which is used to organize events. Yeah, so on this website, meetup.com, you can be able to, so we have here on the about page of this website of WWC Uganda, you will see at the bottom we have what we call community leaders. So far, these are the organizers, the people who are leading these meetups for now. We have a policy of changing after 2 years. So after 2 years, I will no longer be the organizer for WordPress Ginger Meetup. But there is WordPress Kampala Meetup, is the WordPress Entebbe, and then there is WordPress Ginger. WordPress Kampala is led by a comrade called Lawrence Bahira. WordPress Entebbe is led by a comrade called Kasiria, and WordPress Ginger is led. So when you click on these links, you can actually, I encourage you to join all, because some of the meetings we have are online. So whether you are not in Ginger, you can still attend. So this one of Kampala has 1,200 members. We used to meet a lot physically, Yeah, but online some members have not got a lot. WordPress Entebbe has 550 members, and then WordPress Ginger is the newest. It has only 311 members. Many of them are students. So when students went to the villages, we used to have meetups in universities. Makerere, Ginger, and then also Nkumba University. So those were the physical meeting venues. Yeah, but we can do more online. So when you go to this meetup page, you'll see also the meetings listed there. So I'm going to be using this meetup event for today's session to guide, and then I'm going to be doing practically. I'm going to be doing some practical demo on how we can implement how we can implement the how we can implement a CDN on our website. So by the time we finish the meetup, we should have a website well connected to a CDN, and should also be able to understand what is the importance of that particular CDN that we are going to be choosing. Okay, so let me start by looking at what? Okay, let me start by looking at what? At this meetup description. So like we started with the description earlier. We said there's a definition here. If you go to this, let me share with you this link. If you are not joined that meetup group, you'll find somewhere where there is join or RSVP or something. You can be able to join. You just join with Google. You don't need to sign up any form. You just click and join with Google so that then the membership can keep growing and can get it. So there is some definition here. So members, a content delivery network is a system consisting of multiple servers which are placed in different locations around the world. So we have different locations around the world. So there's some photo which I put here on this particular page. So I was showing some illustration here. So we have, for example, there's this case, there's this website, which is Your Naked website. Let me use some annotation tools. So if you have a server, like there is a server for NCDC, there is a server for Shareability, there is a server for whichever organization. So when you put your website on the server, people can connect, people can type the domain, the URL of your website, and then they visit your site. So it is we have something known as client server architecture. So we have the server and then we have the clients. So the visitors, maybe teachers applying for a job or learners wanting to download materials, they search on Google, they search results, show your site, and then they click and your site loads. So when your site loads, they click on something they want to download, that is a request, and then your website serves that particular item so that the learner can download. So we have normal users. We also have crawlers and bots. On the internet, we have what we call search engines. Search engines, they keep crawling websites so that they can index the content and put it in their search index. So that when people search, they can know like Google can do that. So those crawlers, they come, they also open your website, and each of the what? I hope I'm stable. Each of the pages you have and the resources. So the Google crawler, then we also have some bots. Have you ever seen something like prove that you are not a robot? So we have some bots also. They are automated programs which are designed to open sites and do something on the sites. Then we also have attackers. And attackers, last time we looked at security more, we looked at hackers. We have many types of attacks. One of the attacks is known as denial of service attack. Let me hope there is someone who is a tech guy here who can tell me what is DOS. Denial of service. Anyone who is a tech guy to help us. What is denial of service? Denial of service attack. Anyone put up your hand? Do we have any tech guy who can tell us what is denial of service? Denial of service attack. What is the motive of this attacker who is coming? His denial of service. Is it to infect your site? Is it to do what? Denial of service attack. Anyone? Anyone, please. Don't fear. We are just colleagues in a meetup. Eh? You don't need to be a lecturer to answer this. Mr. Ajak John, please. Tell us what denial of service is. Denial of service attack. Mr. Jack John, are you talking? Members, are you hearing him? Are you hearing him?
Yeah.
Members are tightly
materials online. Hello.
Yes, we are hearing you now.
I'm hearing you. I don't know whether you are picking me. Yeah, I
Yes.
said that the denial of service attack is a situation whereby the computer user is unable to access the materials online. Is not able to get the services. The services are denied from his access.
What is the intention of this attacker? The denial of service attacker.
The intention of the attacker is to make sure that you don't get the service.
Another person to paraphrase it, I don't thank you very much. Mr. Bwambale Edgar. Oh, Mr. Edison Mugisha. Anyone can unmute.
Thank you, the host. To me, denial of service. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Denial of service, what we commonly call the DOS, is that situation whereby you normally access, maybe like you come, when it comes maybe to the server client architecture, you get to know that when I browse for this content, I have to access it. But now at a given time, when there's a DOS situation, you browse, everything is well connected, but you're browsing, but you get to see that you are told maybe like network is a problem, and so you get to know that most probably situation with you.
Hello? Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Okay, yes, another Kenneth. Kenneth.
Hello, Tim.
Hello?
Thank you. Am I breaking, or members, you can let me know if I'm breaking so that I can see if my internet is betraying me. Kenneth, go ahead. Are you hearing me? Let me stop my video so that I also save the bandwidth of Zoom. So if you're on Zoom and you're trying to talk and people are not hearing, it's because the data transfer rate, it is transferring your video and also your sound. So you can decide to turn off your video so that the bandwidth pipes can check your message. So Kenneth, you had started speaking.
Well, thank you, Rogers. DOS is one of the attacks to take systems, and it mainly affects the principle of information security or IT security of availability. Where for example, I can give, it denies people from accessing services on a specific system. For example, a banking system, denial of service would be affecting an internet banking site
by, say, pumping it with mob requests so that the server gets overwhelmed and the potential would-be users do not access the information they need in time. So denial of service sometimes does that. It really affects potential users of an IT service to get data or the information they need in time or even accessible. I don't know whether I've explained it, but
yes,
I believe that is it.
Thank you very much, Kenneth. So if I'm having a competitor, for example, right now I have a site someone talked about earlier. It is called the Shareability. So on this site, I put their material so that people can download. People put, not only me, different people. So if I have another competitor, because such sites require traffic to make income. So if I have a competitor who wants people to be frustrated with my site, and he also puts up a site which is doing something similar, an e-learning resource site. So he can design a bot. He can invest and design a bot which downloads materials. And then it comes and keeps downloading. Within an hour, it downloads like 200, 20 GB is taken. So when that happens, my server's capacity will go down and it will go off. So this person's intention is to deny my user's service by depleting my resources so that I get out of business. And then he flourishes. So we have those attackers. So on this site, this is the Shareability, for example. I put their materials. So if I click on P5, there are materials of all subjects. And so learners have been coming to this site to download the materials. Yeah, so in a day, I think I get over. If I'm to look at the statistics, I have there's a tool known as Jetpack. It is by Wordpress. It can be able to show you how many people are coming to your site on a daily. Yeah, so if I see a spike, it is going to open here. So when people come to the site, they click on this download button. So when I was starting, I was uploading these materials directly on the server. But right now, if you click on any of these materials, they will open, many of them, they will open. The link is in Google Drive. Because I'm very confident, just like NCDC was confident, that Google server and data centers are stronger. So if this person comes and he tries to deny, he will be trying to deny Google service, not me. But still, there is also other traffic that can deny your user service. So that is the importance of denial of service. Someone may do it, you have an attacker who is doing it maliciously to make sure that your site performs low or goes off by designing some automated program to deplete and overuse the server beyond the limits that you need to use. Yeah, so we are having so that is what, just briefly, what denial of service would mean in that regard. So we are having so I was talking about this. Okay, I wanted to just show you something here because I'm bringing in these things because I'm going to be referring to them later. But let me first go back here. Let me go back to this other page. Yeah. So when you have, so I was talking about the issue of attackers who come. So we have, last time we talked about attackers who inject malware, that is viruses, into your site, so that the site sends spam, redirects people to other sites, or even come and they pull down the site. But then we have others who cannot hack your site, but they can try to deny your site service. So when you have this, so the website speed also is a bit slow when it is downloading. Things are coming directly from your hard. The server has a hard disk. So when people click on a resource, this resource comes from the hard disk on the server and passes through the HTTP protocol, and then it is delivered on the side of the client. Now, that's where CDNs come in. CDNs, let us read about CDNs briefly. So a CDN is a system consisting of multiple servers, which is placed in different locations around the world. So when you use a CDN with your site, all those servers will be loaded with versions of your site's static files. And this usually includes code like CSS and JavaScript, images, photos, videos, and other data. So when someone clicks on a resource, so copies are copied onto the other server. So the other servers pick from your site, they create something known as a cache. So if someone downloads a resource, the first time it is downloaded, a particular server in South Africa will get a copy from your server. So if another person in South Africa also asks the same resource, the CDN will no longer pick a copy from your server, it will just give that person the copy that was picked earlier. So this makes the websites to load faster and saving the bandwidth of the server and securing it also from direct attacks and denial of service attacks. So we are going to be looking at Cloudflare, what it does. So Cloudflare is one of the most popular CDN services around. There are other CDN services. One of them was the Jetpack, which is by WordPress, which I was talking about earlier. It is one of the it also has some kind of CDN, which is so during this meetup cut, how we can be able to set up a site on Cloudflare directly. So I put some materials here which we shall be looking at. And some videos within this particular site. So yeah, I have some materials here. We shall just use for to do this practically. Okay, I hope you can hear me.
Rogers, you need to mute one of your microphones. It's giving feedback.
Yeah, I just stand on the phone as a contingency in case my bandwidth from my telecom provider goes low. Yeah, actually, when you also see in your neighborhood, we have what called peak hours. There are times when internet is too fast, like at midnight, because very few people are downloading, so the data transfer rate, the network is not congested. But during peak hours, sometimes network can go down. So also your network telecom provider needs to have a little bandwidth to go through. Okay, so I'm going to be setting up a site here that we are going to be using to demonstrate this particular aspect of CDN. Yeah, let me hope my internet will be fast enough to help me to run this. Okay, so I'm going to show you something small here before we proceed. Let me share this again. Share. So, okay, so I hope you can see my screen once again. So this server of shareability, what I did is I connected it when I was getting a lot of downtime. I tried to connect it to a CDN. So if you see, these are photos on my site here. These are my logos of my sponsors. So if I click on any of these logos and then I open it in a new tab. Let me open, for example, Mackay Innovation Center is one of our partners. If I open this in new tab, let me open it in a new tab. I want to see where is this file coming from. So if I open this image in new tab, you see the URL. Are you seeing the URL? Who can tell me what is seeing there? Is this file coming from my server directly? So this file Let me demonstrate also with another site. I'm going to use this site here, Master Team. I talked about it last time. I'm going to be, because it was a new site and no traffic because no one knows it. So I'm going to open the logo of this Master Team. I open it in open image in a new tab. Okay, I think this one also I'd also put it on a CDN for WordPress. That's why you are seeing. Yeah, but I want to add it to another CDN, which is not for WordPress. Let me see which site I can use. Yeah, I'm going to get another site. So with when you have a CDN, your files will not be coming directly from your server. If you open what we call a resource is a static file. Static files are those files like CSS, JavaScript files, images. So if you don't put a CDN, when people try to download them or they will be downloaded from your server. But if you have a CDN, when someone tries to download that particular asset, it will not be coming from your server. It will be coming from another. Which is by the CDN provider. Yeah, so that is one example. Yeah, let me try to show you another site which we have also another colleague of mine has been working on. So for it, it's not on a CDN. So when you try to open it, it will not it will just open directly. Okay, let me first proceed. We shall inspect that later. So how do you get started with the CDN? So what you do, I talked about Cloudflare, and I said Cloudflare is one of the CDN providers. I wrote about here that I talked about that. Yeah, there is some article here. There is some article here which I talked about that. There are several articles which I wrote about it here. But so there's an article which I linked here. It's known as 3 free CDN providers for your WordPress site that are totally 100% free. Yeah. So if I come here, there is one called Optimal. Then there is the Cloudflare, which is being shown here as number 2. And then there is another one called Jetpack. So this Jetpack is by WordPress, and it is used for making those resources to be hosted in WordPress servers. So there is another site here. It's called Comedy Chief. Let me see if there is any image. Let me open this, and I say open image in a new tab. Okay, so this image also is hosted on YouTube. This is also hosted on YouTube. It is not hosted on this server. This Comedy Chief is a site also having videos. It's also not hosted on YouTube. It is hosted somewhere else. So it is not hosted on the server. So the resource is somewhere else. And there's a way how it is linked so that it can come from this server. Yeah, I think I never... Yeah, I wanted to show you the other version in case the site is not from... Okay, there's this one. Let me show you this one here. Yeah, so this is another site whose resources are... This one, the resources are coming directly from the server. It is known as Web Training Wheels. If I open an image in a new tab, it will show me the domain name is Web Training Wheels. That means the image is coming from the hard disk. This is the path on the other server's hard disk where the image is coming from. Yeah, so what do you do if you want to put if you want to put a website on a CDN? Yeah, so the first thing that let me first show you how I put this this one here of Masokul Timbe, how I put it on CDN. I'm going to use this one here. So when you log into WordPress, it has a dashboard. So there are also other ways of doing it on other sites. So what you do, there are two CDNs I'm going to demonstrate. There is Jetpack and then there is Cloudflare. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Cloudflare. So on Jetpack, you can go and click on what you call installed plugins. On WordPress, there is something known as installed plugins. So when you go to that installed plugins section, you can be able to see the plugins which are installed on your server. Okay, so on this server, I'm having a lot of plugins here. So I'm having these ones. One of them is Jetpack. This one here. So this is Jetpack here. I installed it. So what you do is you install this Jetpack. You install this plugin, and then you activate it. So when you activate it, it has it says here it's security performance. It keeps your website protected, so you can focus on more important things. So if I go to the settings of Jetpack, it has the so when you install it and activate, you can go to settings and then you enable under performance. So there is a video which I'm going to share more. I'm going to be taking more time on the other one. So we are having performance and speed. Load these pages faster by allowing Jetpack to optimize your images and serve images like CSS from the global network of servers. So from the CDN. So you have to enable this, enable site accelerator, speed up image load times, and speed up static load times. So when you do this and you speed up those two, it is going to, the files will no longer be coming from your server. They will, whenever someone opens a file, it will be copied to WordPress servers. WordPress has a CDN, WordPress.com. So the images, it's only pictures which will be coming, text, but the pictures will be kept on the other server. So when someone asks, the image is downloaded from the other side, and then your site is speed up. So this one is a bit simple. You just install Jetpack, and then you activate it. To activate it, you need to have an account with WordPress.com. Yeah, so WordPress.com, the WordPress.com will be able to show you will be able to make a copy of all your sites, of all your files. Yeah, so that is it. Now, the other CDN, you can put two CDNs. The other CDN that you put, maybe before I go to the other CDN, there is another plugin known as the WP. There's another plugin here. When you install Jetpack, you also set up that plugin. Let me go back to the plugins. So I go to the plugins. So there's another plugin known as Total Cache. So that Total Cache can work together with your CDN to make sure that the cached files are easily transferred to the CDN. So I'm going to say, maybe before okay, this is again another site. So I would say Total Cache. Okay, so I can say Total Cache. So I search Total Cache. A cache is that file which is kept on the other server, so that a cached file is the one which is a copy which is on the other server. Yeah, so when I come here and I say Total Cache, I have to click on add. I think you have to first click on add. Yeah. So you have to first click on add plugins, so you add that Total Cache. Now that Total Cache has a setting for Jetpack. So you can connect the two to make sure that your site is running faster. Yeah, so let me see here. Okay, so let us do this quickly so that we can be able to move. Yeah, so I'm going to be talking about that. Then I'm going to be coming to Cloudflare. I'm already logged in here to my Cloudflare, so I'm going to be switching to Cloudflare within a second. And I also show us how we can add Cloudflare. Yeah, so I don't know. I think whether it is my internet this evening, which is a bit slow, but we shall be able to move. Yeah, so maybe as that one is loading, so let me first show you some traffic here. So this is Cloudflare. Now, when you want to set up Cloudflare on your site, what you do is you go to cloudflare.com and you sign up. You register on cloudflare.com. So you go there and you register, just the way you register on Gmail. So for me, I'm already logged in. So you just register so that you have an account, and then they'll put this side your name. See, I have my profile here. So you go to cloudflare.com. You go to cloudflare.com. Let me first go to stats. Let me show you some things here. Let me go to one of the sites. One of the sites which I have here. Which one? I think there is a site I disconnected. Yeah, I think I disconnected some site from here. Okay. Yeah. I have several accounts. Okay, let me just go to this one here. This is the Christian School Owners Association. It is some website for where we're having lessons. So we are having some lessons that we are conducting. So this Jetpack also tells you the traffic, how many people came on a day, maybe 1,000. You'll see these statistics. So these statistics here, they will tell you how many visitors. In case you see a spike in number of visitors, then you can think maybe there is an attack. You have to investigate why there is a spike on your site accordingly. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to come and I'm going to go to analytics. I'm having some okay, so yeah, I was talking, I think, and gone off talking about. Okay, so this is bandwidth. So this thing is telling me total bandwidth. I hope you can see my screen. Okay, let me try to switch this to have another network on the phone so that in case it goes off. I know why always my internet is always strong the whole day, but when I come for these meetups, I normally get timeouts. Okay, so I was showing you something about bandwidth meter. Okay. So this is some. Okay, this is some here. It is showing me the bandwidth. The bandwidth that is that has been downloaded in the last 24 hours. So I was connecting this. I connected this Cloudflare on this one because I had reset the meter, but I had connected it yesterday. So it can show me here how many people have visited the site. So at a given time at 3 p.m., it shows me how much data has been downloaded from the site. And it can also tell me where the traffic is coming from. It tells me many people coming from US, and also it tells me traffic is coming from Kenya and Uganda. So from Uganda, I have 12,000 requests within the last 1 day. 12,000. Then in here, I have more people from US. Maybe others have VPNs, and so that's why it is showing me that. Yeah. So the requests so it shows me the requests in the last 24 hours and the cached requests and the uncached. So the uncached are those which were the first time. Then the cached requests are those which were served, from the Cloudflare server. Then the bandwidth, it tells me how much data has been downloaded off the site. So like I was telling you that many of the resources on this site are also hosted on another server. If I never had the Cloudflare, there would be a lot of data here, but here it just keeps looking at the requests, the web pages which are being downloaded. And out of the 1 GB, how much data has been served through cached and how much bandwidth has been saved. Yeah, so yeah, the cached bandwidth and then the uncached bandwidth. Yeah, so this is the what you will see after setting up your site. Yeah, so I said that you come and you, let me just go to Google here. So you go to Google and then you search for Cloudflare. Search for Cloudflare. So when you search for Cloudflare, you'll see a button for sign up. So when you click on sign up, on the sign up button there, you'll be able to see, so for me, it has taken me directly into the Cloudflare. But if I was not signed up yet, it would tell me to register. My email sends me a validation email, and then I activate and I get back in here. So when you come here, the first time you will not see any site here, you will see nothing here. So what you do, you click on add site. So you want to accelerate and protect your site with Cloudflare. So you add the site there. Okay, so what you do, you go to your, you get your domain name. So I have this domain name, which I want to add. So this site has the Jetpack CDN, but doesn't have Cloudflare CDN. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here and I put in the site which I want to activate on Cloudflare. So I add it there. So Cloudflare is going to ask me, select a plan. So we have the Pro version, if you're a big enterprise, which has a lot of, you have an image to save. So you can be able to purchase this Pro, Business, and Enterprise plans. Yeah, but the free plan, which is here, which is free for everyone, it is also good enough. It will protect you using the global network. It is free. And also it has denial of service attack mitigation and global content delivery. Actually, this server, once it notices someone is trying to download from a lot of time, Cloudflare has intelligence. It will block that person and you tell him to prove that he's a robot before he can be able to access the site. So it has some intelligence which can help block the denial of service attackers. So you have this. So what we are going to do, we are going to click on this one here, the free. So when you click on that free plan, DNS Records, a DNS is a domain name service. It is one which maps a domain name to the IP address. So servers are having what we call IP addresses. So the domain names came in because they are easier to remember by people. So on a server, there are DNS records. So it is going to pick those DNS records and it's also going to pick the IP address at the server. So it is going to pick the IP address at the server and you put in all your DNS records there. Now, in case you are having a subdomain in addition to a root domain, you have, for example, I have here Masokutimbe. If I want Masokutimbe, which is for Kenya, or just like in Movie Magic, we are having Movie Magic Uganda, Movie Magic Tanzania, Movie Magic Nigeria. So if I want to do something like Nigeria.masokutimbe.com, then I come here and I add what you call a record. Otherwise, if you don't add it, your subdomain will not work. So you add a record, and then you come here and you choose what you call CNAME. So you choose CNAME. So if you have, so then here you come and you put there Nigeria. And then here you put there the domain name. So you have to add the subdomain as well at this stage, but you can also add it later. So if I say Nigeria.masokutimbe.com, then I click on save, then that subdomain will also be part of the what? Of the traffic to be routed. Yeah, so you can be able to do that if you want to add. Yeah, so after you have seen that all your subdomains are there and it is there, you come down here and you click on continue. So you click on continue. So it is going to tell you we are about to finish. We are almost on the last step. It's going to tell you that we're going to give you some name servers. Add Cloudflare's name servers. So these name servers here. So you need these name servers. So you are going to change. Name servers are the ones which tell the DNS server where your website is hosted. So in this case, it is hosted on Center for Web Presence, which is one of the servers that we are having. So so this is Center for Web Presence. That is where my site is currently hosted. But it is telling me to change so that it is, when the traffic comes, it first goes to Cloudflare. Yeah, so you come here and click on copy. So you copy this, then you go to your name server host. Yeah, so we are going to, so we have many interfaces where you can be able to change your name servers from, so that you can be able to what? To change your name servers that they can be able to change. Yeah, so I'm going to open here one of the name server, the domain, where we resell domains from. So I'm going to go to a site called Namecheap. So this is where the domain was purchased. Yeah, so we have many domain name registrars where you can buy domains and then you use them on your site. Yeah, so all those registrars, when you log into the what we call the client area, you can always change your domains from there. So let me use this. So I come here and I remove this, and then I put the Cloudflare name server. So I come. So when you log into the domain registrar, you will see the domain list where your sites are, or you'll see your domain under the domain list. Then you click on it, and then when you click on the domain, you'll see somewhere where there is name servers. So name servers is the part which name server is that part which is like I said, it is what tells the DNS server where the site is hosted. So if someone puts in masokutimbe.com, the DNS server will receive that request and it will ask which IP address is this. Then it will use the name servers to point to the server, and then it will return your work. So you come to this interface and you copy. There are two name servers there, and then you come and you put them on your domain registrar. So this is actually the final step, and then you activate it. Okay, so we have many hosts that do this, which can be able to support you. I'm going to show you one. We have those international hosts, and then we have also the local hosts. Let me show you another example here where you can be able to. Let me just do a small repeat of that, because that is actually the last step. So once you tell you activate, you add the domain, then it tells you to add in if you have any subdomains to add, and then after that you can be able to access the domain name and change its name servers from your hosting site. Okay, so I'm going to come here. Let me share the screen once again. Okay, so okay. Okay, so let me try to share this again. I'm going to show you from a local host. I'm going to show you. So I'm showing you Namecheap. Let me show you from Eason Web Services. Eason Web Services is a local hosting company, which I'm one of the directors. So how do you change if you bought a domain from Eason Web Services? How do you change the name server? So you click on login, there's some button for login at the top. So I'm doing this to show you that all web hosts have a given interface. So if you registered on the site, you can even just log in with your Google account. You don't need to put in a password if you forgot. So you choose your account. So once you choose your account, it should be able to log you in automatically without even suffering with any username. So you click on domains. So if this is the company where you bought your domain name, you go and you look at all your domains, then you click on the domain name. So in this case, Masokultimbe, and then you click on manage name servers. It is one of the options there. So you want to change, you remove the name servers which are there. So you see here, it has already changed. It's showing Cloudflare because I'd already changed. So this system here is already integrated using what we call an API with the Namecheap. Yeah. So when you buy a domain here, it is automatically registered and you can still manage. So you can be able to put your name server there, and once you say change name servers down here, it will change your name servers. So you can be able to do that whether you're using GoDaddy or any other hosting company. There should be a way somewhere where you see your domains and you can manage them and change the name servers. Yeah, so the process was so to now be wrapping up servers with two. You have told the internet that please don't look for my name servers. Go to whenever they ask for me, go to Cloudflare. That's where you should go. So you are changing. So you click on. So you are changing. You are diverting the traffic from your site, and you are telling it that whenever anyone requests types shareability.net on their site. Let me even first show you something here before even we proceed. So this is the Masokultimbe. If I come here and I click here, there's what called SSL. Now we're going to talk about security. If I click on the padlock there, it will tell me that it is verified by Let's Encrypt. This is a different SSL provider, secure certificate provider known as HTTPS. So if you have your site when it doesn't have HTTPS, you can also still use Cloudflare. Cloudflare also gives you free SSL. So it is going to change after we have updated. It is going to change to Cloudflare. It is going to change to Cloudflare. Yeah. So like for example here on share on I think this one also. Let me see which one I can use. Which one I can use? Okay, let me first proceed. Let me go to so I've come here. So I've set up this. It is telling me enable auto minify. You enable. So enabling auto minify. Once it receives these resources like CSS and these, it will make them minified and reduce the space. Where they were putting a lot of comments, they were putting spaces in the code, it will stripe out all those characters and only leave what is important. So it will remove all the comments, because those of you who have done programming, we put comments in the code, but those comments are not executed. So the comments will remain on your server, but the files which will be in Cloudflare will not have comments and some of those other things. Then there is always this one, always use HTTPS. So this one also you apply it. So you make sure that you apply this if it is. So it will make that all the requests are coming from there. So from there, you just click on go to the overview page. Okay, so here you can be able to, I think this is the, you can click on check name servers and your site will try to check name servers. It takes some few minutes. It can take even an hour, so we may not be able to wait for it up to that time, but it can check for some few minutes to make sure that your site is there. Yeah, so it also protects you from security in case you have any spam. Sometimes we have plugins which send out spam and all that. If you start a project and then you don't monitor it, you don't update plugins and maybe you have something, so you may see spam. So Cloudflare may also warn you if it has ever seen spam going out. So here there is some warning, okay, which I'm seeing here about phishing. and it tells you even where it is coming from. There's a folder called Ant, which is there. So you have to be careful and make sure that your site, you clean up. Cloudflare will tell you in case there is also a phishing attack on your site. Yeah, so basically that is what you have to do. Now, let me try to wind up with this particular session. So I have the procedure. I have the procedure because I'm seeing our time is really going off. I have the entire procedure here on these resources, which we have put here. There is there are some resources which I was putting there. So you can, let me see, speed up. There is a video. There is the Cloudflare. There are videos. There is Geekflare. There is the WP Beginner. There is one which I want. Let me see. There's a link which says how to set up Cloudflare on your website, how to speed up and secure. So all the steps are there, and I'm going to be also writing some blog on WP Beginner. Yeah, so you can be able to check on those sites. There is also an article by Kinsta. Kinsta is one of the best blogs. So I put a lot of articles here to guide us on this particular process. Yeah, so when you read, I don't know whether you are hearing me. Members, are you hearing me? Okay, members, are you hearing me?
We hear you well.
Okay, so I'm going to be wrapping up. You see, we're using Zoom. I'll be trying to see how I can. So I was saying to you that there are some articles I wrote on this link. If you don't have the link, let me post the link here again in the chat. So all of us, we need to be learning. I'm not saying that so when I'm showing you here, you can even be assessing me. I can also learn from you. So I don't want you to fear when you're coming to a meetup and you think that you should be knowing everything. Some of you, that's why I keep encouraging members to speak. You could be having better solutions. You could even be knowing a better CDN better than. So here, there's an article by Kinsta. It talks about what WordPress CDN is, how a CDN works, and it tells you about the issue of distributed servers. So if someone is, this is your server where you hosted your sites, and you want to put a CDN, so you will try to. This is the host server. So if someone requests, there is a PHP or there is an HTML web page. So when someone requests for a PHP page, it is going to be converted to an HTML page. And this HTML page is going to be saved on this nearest CDN. So Cloudflare has many CDNs in different parts of the world. So after you have done that, when someone requests the first time, it will go and pick from this side. The second time, it will just come and pick from here. So your server bandwidth will be saved. And also, Cloudflare will also monitor your site in case of any phishing attack. It can scan. If Cloudflare receives a file from the host server which is infected by malware, Cloudflare is going to scan your site quickly. In case of any malware attack, Cloudflare will alert you and you'll go and investigate what is causing that. Yeah, so we have that. Then so that is the CDN. So we have several ways of enabling that. These are the benefits: performance boost. There is the this faster delivery with caching. I talked about caching. There is huge savings with gzip compression. There is lower bandwidth costs, saving bandwidth. There is, so it will tell you how much data is being saved. Yes. So let us not someone who is talking there, as I'm just giving a recap. So there is high availability and scalability, even SEO. If you know SEO, because Google looks at load speed, So if your site is loading faster, then its SEO will go higher. Then there is additional security. So I talked about the denial of service attack. So it will make sure that if there is someone is requesting a particular resource, many times it blocks that person, and it tells him either to prove that it's not a robot or something. Then, yeah, the data transfer. If your server was transferring at this rate, if you put Cloudflare, your rate will go down, and also the visitors. Then we have, you can do those speed tests. We have some speed tests of a site which has CDN and one which doesn't have. Yeah, so you can be able to look at those. So this is an article which is comprehensive about CDN. Then they are telling you about the various CDNs which are there. One of them is Cloudflare, which is in number 2. And there are also others. There is Kinsta CDN, there is the Cloudflare, and all those. Yeah, so when you install your Cloudflare, you should be able to see all those benefits. And how to set up, there is a tutorial here, which is showing you the entire process. You visit cloudflare.com, you create an account. This is something which I never did. Create an account. Then we have a number of things here. Optimize with the Cloudflare. You set up, you put in the records, which I showed you. And then also, after you have logged in, it has activated, it will scan your DNS records. We did that to verify and make sure there is nothing. It also scans. There's an antivirus, it scans for you. And then you change the name servers. In this case, they change them from Bluehost to the Cloudflare. So that, and they also use the Namecheap here. Namecheap is one of the most popular domain name registrars. They are like wholesalers. So for me, I'm a retailer. Yeah, but these guys are wholesalers of domains. So, so you can be able to buy domain names from there directly. Now, finally, after you have installed and you have tested your app, you have finished the other process, you come back to the site and you install the Cloudflare plugin. So this plugin is going to help connect your site with it is going to help connect your site directly with Cloudflare so that you don't waste time. Yeah, so I talked about this. I was talking about this. I was also talking about, so you come here and you go to add a new plugin and you add Cloudflare plugin and you connect it with the other side. They will ask you for what you call an API key. So you go and get that API key. It's normally under your profile page. Yeah, so after you have done whatever you have done here, you go to this and then you click on profile. So when you click on profile, you'll be able to see authentication and API tokens. Okay, so it is going to, so it has this, so you can be able to come here and you click on view. I'm not going to view mine because it is a security thing. Someone views because this video is streaming on YouTube, someone can be able to use this API. He also connects in his site, and then he uses my shareability plan, my Cloudflare plan, and I can be able to see how you can disorganize it. So you copy under profile, you copy that key. So you come here and then you come to your Cloudflare. So we have already finished the other side, Cloudflare. So we have already connected that side. So there's this one known as Cloudflare, the Cloudflare plugin here. So I think I'd installed it, although I had not yet set up when I was trying to test. So you install this Cloudflare plugin, and then you will see something known as Cloudflare settings. And settings, you'll see somewhere where there's Cloudflare. So you click on that Cloudflare, and then you use that to, you connect. It will ask you for the, it's going to ask you for the what? For the key. It's going to ask you for the key so that the server, an API is some authentication which enables computers to communicate. For example, if you have an app, mobile money app on your phone, You need an API. The people who develop like MTN Momo app, they put in the API to connect the app, which is Android based, to the MTN system for mobile money. So if you want to set up an app, you need an API key from MTN, which will enable you. So when you come here, you will go to settings, and then you can be able to also, you may not even need to be logging into Cloudflare anymore. The moment you put this plugin, next time you'll just be coming here to see settings and also the analytics to show you any communication or anything about your site. You no longer need to go to Cloudflare. You'll always be seeing your settings from the dashboard here. Yeah, so that is where you'll be seeing them from. Yeah, so you go to the settings. There are things like purge and all those things. So you go to settings, and then when you go to settings, you can be able to see. You can be able to see where you are going to put your key to connect the two servers. Yeah, so members, I think basically that is the process. So you may not have got everything from here, but you have a lot of resources. Also, there is this thing which I told you about, the fastest cache. So I encourage you to install 2 plugins. Install the Cloudflare plugins and also the fastest cache. So if you look at fastest cache here, it is showing me this one, CDN by Proton. Once you install Jetpack, you can activate this one. You click on it, and then you activate this CDN for Jetpack, so that when the photos don't come from your server, but they come from the WordPress server. So you go under CDN and then you activate. Then it will ask you for the CDN URL. The CDN URL that you need to put here. So if you after you have activated Jetpack, so you can go and open. You can go and open the site and open any image in a new tab, and you'll see that you'll be able to see that let me try to open it. Let me try to open here something. Okay. So this one here, i2.wp.com. That is the scheme for the server, the WordPress server. So sometimes it changes to i2.01 and all those things. So you come and you choose from this drop down what it has given you the other side, and then you save. Here I already added it, so it is already there. Then also this one for Cloudflare as well, you put in also the key here in the cache, so that the cache, because the cache is trying to catch and also Cloudflare wants to catch. So these two also need to be coordinated. So you put there also your API ticket. Now my ticket has been exposed there. I'm going to go the other side and I reset. So it allows you to reset. So you can come here and then you can be able to change and reset it in case of anything. Okay, so I think members, I've shown you all the things that you need to know about Cloudflare. And that is one way of speeding up sites. But also the other way is, so we have caching, so after you have tried to catch up your site, you can try to go to a site known as the GitMetrics. GitMetrics can help you to check how fast your site is. So you can go to GitMetrics before you start optimizing. So you go to GitMetrics and you put in your site. You put in your site and then you check. I wish I had done this. You put in your site and then you check. You test your site, the site speed. After you have checked, then you go and you apply Cloudflare. You also apply WP fastest cache and you connect both, and also the Cloudflare plugin, and you connect them. After that, you come back here and you test. You'll see a very big difference. So this GitMetrics will show you how fast your particular site is running. So if you have a lot of, there are also other things that you can do apart from the CDN to make your site faster. Yeah, so we have other alternatives. So this site right now is performing at grade C, and it tells you even the assets. You see, so it tells you how long it took to load. It took 9 seconds, but the first image came after 2 seconds, and then 9 seconds. So it can tell you, and then it also tells you the assets, where the assets are coming from. So you can see here, the assets are not coming from my server. They are coming from other servers here, where So it has some static. So there are those servers. That's where the resources are coming from. So it tries to help you to use a content delivery network. Yeah, so it even tells you the content delivery network which is being used. So you can test your server speed. If you are having a C, that is a very good, it is quite good. Let me try to check ncdc.go.ug. So you can be able to test and then try to compare. If you try to compare with something like Google, they may be in A. There are also many other factors that lead to speed below. Yeah, if you have a lot of things on the site, make sure that you optimize your site, put there scaled images and all those other things. And also, there are many. Yeah, so members, I think that is all for now. I don't know whether I was being heard. I want to get, sorry, we have overshot by already 10 minutes here. Let me see if there is any member who has any final comment or any question, and we are going to be wrapping up within like 5 minutes. Yeah, so it is a good thing. So you see, this is this website. It is having grade F in terms of speed, and it takes 11 seconds to load. And so when you see some of these sites going off, so it tells you here the things which are there, and then the issues which are causing issues, the page load size. It can tell you, give you some recommendations on what you need to do to make sure your site loads faster. Yeah, so you can be able to see the assets, whether they are coming. So you see these assets? The assets are coming directly from the NCDC website. You can see here. So whenever, that's why when people when they put their resources for download, the site went off, because there's no whatever, like it's known as what? Is it GAD or some kind of, if you hit direct on the site. So if you want to deny service, you just put a mass of people to download things and the site will go down because it will be overwhelmed with requests. So, but you need to make sure that your site is optimized. So if these people can just implement Cloudflare or any other CDN, they will be able to get faster load times. Okay, so members, I hope you have been hearing up to the end. I don't know whether I was breaking a lot. I want to thank all of you for coming. So someone is asking, does the website get back to normal without any further setting when you delete Cloudflare? So if you want to change the Cloudflare, you go back normal. You just go back to Cloudflare, and you just go back to your name servers, and you change back to the original name server. So there, the site will now be having live direct requests from the users. Yeah, so if you just want to change an IP address, in case maybe you have migrated to another host and you had already set Cloudflare, you don't have to delete it. You just go to Cloudflare under the DNS app, and then you put there the new IP address of the new server, and it will remain okay. Yeah, so that is what we are having. Okay, so I want to get like Mr. Muhammad, I want you to speak something. Still, maybe you'll give us. You never spoke at the beginning. Please, when you come for these meetups, it should just scratch your mind to get an idea, and you go and investigate more, and you do more. So you can even do it better than what is being suggested. Mr. Derek, please feel free to unmute. Let me allow everyone to unmute. You can also turn on your video. So we are in the final minutes of this meetup. You can unmute and then you give any comment.
Thank you, Rogers.
You can turn on your video where possible.
I won't turn off my video because I'm in a. It's a bit
okay.
dark.
The people normally fear to turn on video. It's okay. You can go ahead.
Okay. I'm thankful for the session. Actually, it's my first time. I had a question. How do you go about with pricing? Say, like, in case you have a client and you want to advise them to to take on that CDN part.
You just put it under speed optimization. When you are making a quotation, you put there packages. You can say, we have this basic package where we design your site. Yeah, and that's it. Maybe we make it mobile responsive and we work on professional graphics. Then you have another package. Then you say, okay, this one we do SEO. We also do speed optimization. So speed optimization. So for example, I can even make a proposal and I write it and I go to NCDC and I put there my proposal and I say, you people, I can optimize your website for speed. So then you tell them, you price your own, you make your own pricing. If it's a big organization like NCDC, for example, you may not give them the free plan. You may go for the next plan, because the more, if you buy a bigger plan, they will catch more of your content. They will assign they will save your website files on many servers. So it will be, so they will do more Cloudflare will do more optimization for your site. Yeah, but this normal plan can do so for me. If I say that this normal plan, ShareBit this plan is bigger for ShareBit, I can go and I do what? And I buy a bigger plan for that particular one. Or I can go and I look for I can look at these recommendations which we were given and I get a bigger one, another CDN provider. Yeah, so there are more. This one is a free one, but there are even others which could be better. There is a video that I have linked, the last video at the bottom of that page. It has a guy who is setting up another CDN, which is not Cloudflare. Yeah, he's setting up a CDN known as Bunnynet. And he was saying that it is faster than Cloudflare. So he was trying to compare. So you put it, it's one of the things. Some of us, they ask us for a website proposal and you don't know anything to put. You just say, web design 5 million. And the person will say, this guy wants to cheat me. But if you break down the 5 million and you say, hosting, I'm going to give you 100 GB, what, and you'll be paying 1 million for hosting per year. A domain name, I'm going to be charging you this amount because I'm going to put IP protection on the domain and other things. And I say, okay, I'm going to be, a domain name will be 100 or 200,000. Then in search engine optimization, you say, okay, I'm going to optimize your site for search. I'm going to just set it with Google. We can discuss another day about search engine optimization. Yeah, so there are a lot of things you can do for search engine optimization, make the site visible on Google. So you put that package. Speed optimization, then security. You can add then graphics, because you may just do for him some funny photos, or you may hire a graphic person to make photoshopped images which are very clear. So you pay that person maybe 200,000 or 300 to make for you the photos, and you put on the invoice something maybe 500, because this guy is going to give you. You are going to also be working with him, telling him what to do, the colors. So if you are going to pay him, and you are the one who's going to implement on the site, so you have to also charge for your labor. Yeah, so you add on all those other things. So if someone sees a bill of 5 million, he will just pay because he's seeing the breakdown. I hope I've answered you.
Yes, you've answered me. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Muhammad.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Rogers. I was unable to speak earlier on. I think there was a restriction on the meeting, but I hope I'm heard.
Yes.
Yes. I like the presentation today. It has been very concise and to the point. Content delivery systems or networks, they are very important. Most people don't know about them. You set up your website and just put it out there. It's not optimized. Things are loading. They're taking 11 seconds like you showed us. Some government websites are shaming us out there. People don't know about these things. So the more awareness we have, the more developers know about this, the more web designers, the better. Let us go out there and spread the gospel, guys. All of you who have been here, you've been privileged to learn these things. This is very important information you can apply. Let us share widely. Let us invite more people to the next meetup. I know today we had over 25 people here, but people keep reducing. I don't know why. Maybe it is the timing. I don't know. Maybe it is because it is a Sunday. I don't understand. But let us maintain the energy. This information is very important. And as you've seen, it can save you a lot. If you're in the business of web hosting and web development or web design services, it can save you a lot of money if you optimize your website. So I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has joined in, and also to thank Mr. Mkalele Rogers for the wonderful presentation today. Please, if you've not yet signed up to the meetup, follow the link which Mr. Rogers shared, or the one you found, which was shared, the one you followed to get here, and sign up. We always have these meetups every Sunday. We want to maintain that consistency. And also, if you have anything to share, we believe in peer-to-peer learning. If you have anything to share, please let us know. You might be knowing something that might be beneficial to the rest of the community. Yes, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. And I'll see you next week.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Katerega. I think that is it for today. I don't know, Mr. Katerega, whether my internet, I don't know, internet is disturbing me every meetup. I don't know whether it was worse than last time or it was.
It was better than last time.
Okay, I'll keep optimizing my internet and getting a better service provider. Okay, members, have a nice evening and bye-bye, everyone. Maybe next time, there is someone who proposed that we look at mobile money integration, payments. If you have a site, like for example, I have this Masoko team. If I want people to pay before they watch a movie, how do I do that? How do I say that if I want people to first pay before they download something from Shareability? How do I do that? How do we put payment, integrate payments, mobile money? Because there is Visa and these other payment, but some of the members don't know how to use MasterCard and Visa cards. So you can have both the MasterCard for the international audience and also for the local audience. So next Sunday, we are going to be looking at that. If we have any member who has ever done it, please, you can be able to contact me, and then you can present, and then we can just supplement on that, because there are many ways of doing it. Okay, members, have a nice evening.